Hello, spiritual friends. In this video, I am going to talk about karmic clearing and what your hands might be hiding from you. So if that interests you and you want to know more about how you can heal your karma, how can you clear the deck so that you can create your highest timeline, let's dive in. So the first thing that your hands might be hiding from you are located in your fingerprint patterns. So fingerprints actually form 5 months before you're born. They never change. They represent your soul contracts and agreements, your life purpose, your life lesson, your natural soul gifts, things like that. And there's a particular fingerprint pattern called the composite. It looks like this in the picture. So if you have this on any of your fingers, where it's like two loops going around each other, like a yin yang symbol, that is definitely a sign that you are clearing some karma on a soul level. Okay. And we can further take it to which finger is it? And that's going to give even more specifics as to what it is that you're clearing. Okay, so the next aspect I want to talk about is karmic clearing from the personality side. Okay, so by the time you're about 6 years old, you have developed your personality. This is going to be in the form of your hand shape. We call this your hand shape archetype. And it really represents where you are on your own hero's journey. Okay, so all of us are on a hero's journey, and where you specifically are focusing in this lifetime is going to be in your hand shape. So I wanted to give you an example here of a person who has a fire hand. Okay, so we measure the middle finger relative to the palm. These are short fingers. The palm itself is rectangular. Okay, so we measure from the base of the middle finger to the recets, which are the bracelet lines at the bottom of the wrist. And we measure that length versus the width. We measure from the edge of the thumb to the edge of the palm, called the percussion, and we see if it's more square or more rectangular. In this case, we are more rectangular. So short fingers, rectangular palm is a fire hand. Okay, so the next thing we look at to determine the strong finger, we look at the length of the fingers relative to each other. Jupiter, the index finger, is longer than Apollo. Okay, so this is the strong finger right here. Okay, so this combination is the chariot. And so chariot archetype is somebody who has that dynamic energy. They want to go, they want to move. They always want to be in motion. They want to be going in the right direction though, right? So sometimes they can be too busy for their own good. And so I would ask this person who is a chariot archetype, can you move in the direction that your soul wants you to go? Okay, so we would be looking at the patterns of what is actually coming back to you as far as feedback from the universe. And so if that feedback is good, then, keep going, right? But if the feedback is not good, then we want to see why not. And that leads us to the third type of clearing, and that is going to be in the lines. So the lines of the hand actually show changes over time. It represents your free will. Okay, so I've tracked people now over 17 years, and I've seen changes in people's lines, especially. So when we look at what are your hands hiding from you, okay, again, this is looking at the same person. We want to look at those lines and maybe what could be sticking out as something that is a challenge. Okay, so in this case, I immediately am drawn to this super long headline. Okay, this represents thinking. Okay, when it's really straight like this too, it's really a logical thinker. So this person I know spends a lot of time in their head. And so the question I would be asking is, what are the thoughts that are looping inside your head that are not healthy? Okay, so we can actually find some of those answers, by the way, also in the hands in various places. So the first thing I notice is right here, we've got a little bit of a waist in Apollo. This is the marker of the black sheep. So I'd be like, do you feel like you don't fit in to the point of you can't achieve your chariot goals, right? Your movement because you don't feel like you fit in. I also see a challenge right here, this horizontal in the zone of organization. So this person is maybe disorganized or they're around disorganization, and that could be keeping them from moving forward. So those are two things definitely that I would be asking them about. Another thing that I notice is that they've got some stress down here in Luna. This is the region of the subconscious. So again, this goes back to the thoughts, right? What subconscious thoughts are you having that are maybe not positive? Okay, so these are just some examples of what your hands could be hiding from you. And if you're interested, we are doing a new live stream that's going to be on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Arizona time. I'm going to be doing it with my friend Megan Brown, who had a near-death experience, and she is now able to connect to the other side of the veil. And so both of us are going to be offering soul readings live on the show. But if you want your hands to be read, I do need to get those in advance. And that is because in a live stream chat, you can't upload a photo of your hands. So in order to do that, just scan the QR code and you can submit your hands in advance and you can possibly be read live on the show. Until next time, I wish you infinite abundance and let's ascend together.